Google has just equipped its AI assistant Gemini Live with vision capabilities. Without drawing too much attention, the company has started introducing new tools that turn a standard smartphone into a visual powerhouse for Gemini. Now, Gemini can see through a phone's display or camera lens and make sense of what it's looking at, giving it a more intelligent and interactive presence than ever before. And you know what's wild? A sharp-eyed Reddit user was the first to spot this in action, and they didn't waste a second sharing a video to prove it. This new feature brings life to something Google has been hinting at for quite a while now, an ambitious project named Astra. Thanks to this tech, Gemini is no longer just a text-based chatbot. It can now interpret and respond to real-time visual input. One of the most fascinating updates is the ability to observe what's happening directly on a phone screen. A newly added option, Share Screen with Live, allows Gemini to constantly view everything the user is interacting with. Before this, Gemini could only understand single screenshots, one image at a time. But with this change, it can now follow movements as users scroll, swipe, or jump between apps. That's a big leap, potentially making Gemini a handy assistant for daily use, although it also sparks privacy concerns. With Gemini always observing, people might pause to ask, do they really want an AI peeking into their digital lives? And here's the thing, the other major upgrade lets Gemini see through a phone's camera in real time. Google has already demonstrated how accurately the AI can identify objects and colors, making it seem highly capable. But the real test is whether the feature works in everyday use as well as it does in Google's demos, because let's be honest, tech companies often hype things up that don't quite deliver. Even so, it's a significant step forward. An AI that can actually see and understand the world like a human? That's stuff of the sci-fi dreams. Whether folks find it amazing, a little creepy, or both, one thing's for sure, Gemini is growing fast, and this is just the start. Let's break down why this matters and what makes it so significant. To begin with, this powerful feature is launching first for subscribers of Gemini Advanced, the premium tier that costs $20 a month as part of Google One's plan. It offers enhanced AI capabilities, giving it a leg up over the free version. But here's something cool. Google isn't locking this down to only its flagship devices. That same Reddit video showed the feature working smoothly on a Xiaomi phone, suggesting that the rollouts isn't restricted to Pixels. That said, Google has hinted that Pixel users and those with upcoming Galaxy S25s might get some extra perks, possibly faster rollouts or deeper integrations. Now, Gemini isn't the only AI assistant with visual powers. Microsoft Copilot, ChatGPT, Elon Musk's Grok, and Hugging Face's new Hugging Snap app also offers similar tools, but most of those require third-party apps or extra steps, making them slightly less convenient. Gemini stands out by being baked right into Android, giving users direct, instant access. So for anyone who's been on the fence about trying an AI assistant, this might just be the nudge they needed. It's no coincidence Google is rolling this out now. Competition in the AI assistant space is heating up, and Google's racing to stay ahead. Amazon has been testing its upgraded Alexa Plus, but it's not out yet. Meanwhile, Apple's long-awaited Siri overhaul keeps getting delayed. That gives Google a serious advantage. Despite Gemini's shaky launch, with early stumbles and a name change, it's starting to show real momentum. Right now, Gemini is pulling off features that neither Alexa nor Siri can match, and it's just the beginning of its grand vision for Project Astra. More upgrades are expected in the coming weeks, so users should stay tuned and keep an eye out on what Gemini rolls out next. As we've seen, Google is now giving its AI assistant Gemini a fresh, new perspective by allowing it to visually process what's happening on your phone screen. This exciting upgrade is debuting on the Pixel 9 lineup, where Gemini Live can now engage in live conversations based on what's on display. This means users can chat with Gemini in real time about images, documents, or even YouTube videos that they're viewing. First spotted by 9 to 5 Google, the feature is perfect for those moments when you need help on the fly. Whether you're trying to follow a recipe or puzzled by a weird name, Gemini is ready to step in and explain. Before this, Gemini Live worked like a standard voice assistant, a lot like ChatGPT, answering questions without any clue about your screen. But now, it can directly see what's on display and include some context in that conversation. Pixel 9 owners, it's super simple to use. Just open the floating Gemini overlay and a prompt will appear, offering to talk about live video when watching YouTube, talk live about PDF while browsing a document, or talk live about this when viewing an image. This cuts out the need to describe things manually. It's quicker, easier, and feels more natural. Instead of uploading a photo or typing long details, Gemini can figure it out on its own. Once enabled, Gemini Live previews whatever's on screen and is ready to dive in. Watching a travel vlog? Gemini might recommend destinations. Reading a contract? it can summarize the key points. Looking at a painting, Gemini could explain its meaning. For those of you who aren't into having AI constantly watching their screen, don't worry, you can disable the feature at any time if you'd rather keep things private. And the good news? This isn't just limited to Pixel 9. Google has confirmed it's coming to Samsung Galaxy S24 and S25, and will roll out to even more Android phones soon. So if your device doesn't have it yet, hang tight. Gemini Live will be landing soon. Google also appears to be tweaking how Gemini notifies users during live interactions. Instead of the subtle notification bar at the top, some are now seeing something that feels a little bit more like a phone call. Many users are hoping that this call-style notification becomes the standard, and it makes sense. One of the key benefits is that it constantly reminds people that Gemini is still active. Previously, the old alert was so easy to overlook that folks often forgot they were still in an active session until Gemini suddenly chimed in out of nowhere. Now it's much clearer. The new UI provides a persistent visual cue that Gemini is engaged. And the best part? Total user control. That means you can end the session with a tap, or just place Gemini on hold if you want to pause and return later. It might seem like a small change, but it's a meaningful one, especially when it comes to personal privacy. Dominating the AI-powered screen interaction. Google's rollout of real-time analysis is clearly pushing the envelope, allowing users to interact with AI in a way that's faster, more natural, and context-aware. But the company isn't alone in this space. Other major players are working on similar technologies that blend AI and screen interaction. Samsung, for example, is rapidly advancing with its Galaxy AI suite. With One UI 7, Samsung has expanded its AI tools across the S24 series and beyond. This strengthens its partnership with Google while also introducing its own unique features like natural language search in settings and smart widgets in the new Now bar. While Google and Samsung have taken the lead in embedding AI directly into their ecosystems, Honor is rapidly emerging as a serious contender in the AI assistant space. The company is distinguishing itself with its Honor UI agent, a cutting-edge AI assistant that focuses heavily on on-device intelligence and real-time screen interaction. Unlike many AI tools that rely heavily on cloud computing, Honor's approach prioritizes on-device processing, which brings two major benefits: speed and privacy. By performing tasks locally rather than sending data to the cloud, the Honor UI agent can respond faster and more securely. This local processing means that users don't need to worry as much about data being stored or transmitted externally, a growing concern in today's AI landscape.